He's naked from the waist down, near a toilet, and he's singing a song to you too. Me? Yes. And you're naked. Yes. And I'm throwing the towel down, and Elvis is singing, and I'm at 85, after more than 6 decades dominating the world's biggest stages. Tom Jones, once hailed as the living flame of music, has finally broken his silence with shocking revelations about Elvis Presley. From his close friendship with the king of rock and roll to late-night whiskey-soaked conversation, secret hotel meetings at 3 a.m., and the tragic decline of Elvis's final years, everything is now laid bare, painted as a portrait full of contradictions, friendship, brotherhood, and perhaps even secrets far beyond what the public ever imagined. So, what exactly was the true nature of Tom and Elvis's secret relationship? And why did he wait until the twilight of his life to reveal it all? Born into a poor working-class family in Wales, Tom Jones displayed an unshakable passion for music from a young age. While other children played outside, little Tom would sing with fervor at family gatherings, gradually winning over his first audiences in small local clubs. His path to the spotlight was anything but easy. As a child, Jones battled a life-threatening bout of tuberculosis and dropped out of school at just 15. The young man toiled in a string of laboring jobs to support his new family after marrying his teenage sweetheart, all the while keeping his musical dream alive. Then fate came knocking in 1965. Overnight, the name Tom Jones exploded onto the global stage with the smash hit "It's Not Unusual." His booming voice, flamboyant style, and infectious arrangement turned him into a worldwide phenomenon. It wasn't just a song, it was a bold declaration that a new star had arrived. In the years that followed, Jones delivered hit after hit. Delilah Green, Green Grass of Home, What's New, Pussycat, and She's a Lady. Each melody carved itself into the memory of a generation, cementing his place among the world's pop superstars. Yet what made Jones a legend went beyond his music. On stage, he was a living fire. His provocative hip thrusts, commanding presence, magnetic gaze, and powerhouse vocals drove audiences wild. His concerts often ended with underwear raining down onto the stage, a bizarre but undeniable testament to the irresistible charisma of the Welsh Tiger. By the mid-1960s, under the dazzling lights of fame, Tom Jones and Elvis Presley finally crossed paths. At that time, Jones was taking Britain by storm, while Presley, the undisputed king of rock and roll, was staging his triumphant return to live performance. Fate had arranged for the two legends to meet, and their first encounter took place in a lavish backstage suite. Jones, still the newcomer, was nervous about how he would be received. Then the door swung open, and Elvis walked in. No introductions necessary. His piercing blue eyes, half playful, half warm smile, instantly dissolved all distance. Without warning, the king began to sing "It's Not Unusual," Jones's very own hit, punctuated by his trademark hip shakes. The room erupted with laughter and applause. Jones recalled, "I was stunned. The king of rock was singing my song right in front of me." From that moment, an invisible bond was forged. Tom Jones later admitted that Elvis never treated him as a rival, but rather welcomed him as a friend, an ally in a glittering world filled with both adoration and traps. Behind the glare of the spotlight, their friendship was nurtured in long nights with half-empty glasses of whiskey between them. They confided in each other about their humble working-class beginnings, the crushing weight of fame, tangled love affairs, and the fear of losing themselves in Hollywood's relentless whirlwind. This is a translation and rephrasing of the provided Vietnamese text into English. The translation aims to capture the same tone, style, and narrative flow. This unusual intimacy sparked rumors in Hollywood that their bond went far beyond friendship. In the 1970s, whispers echoed through the hallways of the Imperial Hotel in Las Vegas. People said that Eddie Crown, the king of rock and roll, and Tommy Vale, a rising star from the UK, often disappeared together after their shows. A famous reporter for the Las Vegas Gazette once wrote in her notebook that at 2 in the morning, she saw Tommy hurry down the 30th floor hallway, gently touch Eddie's hand before they both entered penthouse room 3201. Outside the door, a bottle of Dom Perignon was still chilling, a silent sign of a secret rendezvous. It wasn't just the press. A night guard recalled catching them in the service elevator around 4 in the morning. Eddie in a white bathrobe, Tommy with his shirt unbuttoned, both sharing a quiet laugh. The guard even overheard a faint, "Can't help it, darling," before the elevator doors closed. The story gained more weight when Sal Vega, a notorious Vegas paparazzo, claimed to have captured a blurry photo that night. The silhouettes of two men standing close together on a balcony. And, in another frame, they seemed to share a quick kiss under the neon glow of the hotel's billboard. The next morning, a room service attendant reported finding a handkerchief embroidered with the initials EC in the room along with a matchbook from a bar with a scrolled note. 1140 service elevator. Don't knock 3 whistles. These details, combined with Tommy's sudden decision to change his set list to sing a rare heartfelt ballad and smile knowingly at Eddie standing in the wings, fueled a persistent rumor in Hollywood for years. The relationship between the two legends was more than just a friendship. Tom Jones also spoke of Elvis Presley's eccentric behaviors. his love for martial arts, his generosity, and his late-night visits. One night, around 3 o'clock in the morning, Elvis unexpectedly showed up at the door of Jones's hotel suite. These midnight meetings were not just for singing gospel songs. It was said that these were the moments when Elvis confided his deepest desires, and Tom was the only person he could trust. In those hours, they were no longer icons, no longer the king or the man from Wales, but two souls connected by the wondrous link of music. In the silent room, Elvis's voice was raw and emotional, as if he was pouring out all the feelings he couldn't share with anyone else. Tom sat beside him, quietly harmonizing. In those moments, they were just two boys with musical dreams from poor working-class neighborhoods. Beyond the hotel room, insiders whispered that they would often disappear together after shows, leaving the world to wonder. Some nights, the lights in Elvis's penthouse would be on until dawn, and Tom would emerge with a wrinkled shirt and a knowing smile. Hollywood was no stranger to rumors, but with two superstars of such immense charisma, every story became even more dramatic. Was it merely the friendship of two lonely souls finding each other amidst the whirlwind of fame? Or was there a real hidden love story? Regardless of the truth, those whispers transformed the relationship between Elvis and Tom Jones into one of the most enduring, unresolved legends in music history. It was a connection between two souls celebrated by the world, yet also isolated by the very spotlight they created. However, Tom Jones could not forget the haunting, darker side of their friendship. It was when Elvis began to fade under the weight of addiction and the people who only wanted his money. Tom Jones recalled witnessing Elvis's gradual decline under the crushing burden of fame, constant performing pressure, and an increasingly dangerous dependence on prescription drugs. The king was surrounded by his Memphis Mafia, a circle of close confidants at Graceland. They indulged him, enabled him, and sometimes supplied Elvis with everything he wanted, from tranquilizers to painkillers to stimulants, as long as the star could continue to hold the microphone and remain the money-making machine for the entertainment industry. Jones confessed that he saw the warning signs, the weariness in Elvis's eyes, the times he had to rely on drugs just to stand on stage, and the isolation as people who truly dared to speak the truth slowly moved away. Elvis wasn't in a family anymore, but in a golden cage, Tom bitterly recalled. One time in the mid-1970s, after they met backstage in Las Vegas, Jones gently begged Elvis to stop, to rest, and to take care of his health. "You need to slow down. You need to get away from the people at Graceland who are killing you every day," Tom said. But Elvis, with his usual pride, just laughed, winked, and replied with a line Tom would never forget. "Don't worry, I'm still the king. I'm fine, my friend." In reality, he was not. Just a few years later, on August 16, 1977, Elvis passed away inside Graceland at the age of 42. The official cause of death was a heart attack, but beneath that was a deadly combination of dozens of prescription drugs. In a later interview with a somber tone, Tom Jones admitted, "My biggest regret is that I didn't intervene more forcefully. I didn't want to intrude too deeply into Elvis's private life, but I should have. Maybe I could have saved him." The last time Tom Jones saw Elvis alive was in 1976, just 1 year before Presley's death. Looking back, he described Elvis as looking tired and heavy, not just physically, but mentally. "There was a sadness in his eyes," Jones said, his voice choked with emotion. "He was not the man I first met." On the morning of August 16, 1977, Tom Jones was in London when the phone rang in his hotel room. On the other end was a friend from the US, their voice trembling. The devastating news came out in a rush. "Elvis is gone, Tom. He was just found at His heart stopped. Jones was stunned. He recalled that in that moment, all sound around him seemed to vanish. The world outside the window was still noisy, but in his mind, there was only a chilling emptiness. Elvis H.